Liverpool versus everybody. I'm sure depending on you where you are, you might not get this until having to rewatch it back. Been a few days. How's everybody doing? We know what it is. It's a business trip to Selhurst Park, a ground that's been tricky for us. We know the games. We know the history. We get it. We know the players that have hurt us over time. We know the players that they still have that can hurt us. This has got to be about business. We while it may be easy even for the players to have one eye on the first leg at home against City, we have to go to Selhurst and put it in a professional performance and get the 3 points at the end of the day. Hopefully we can sit guys at maybe the hour mark. That's what I'm hoping. Try to keep guys as fresh as possible. We know Emery Chan won't be playing. That might be end up being a better situation, being as though he did have that back injury. Then he did go play with the German team. However, probably not a lot of minutes, but he played. So the more rest, the better in that case with Emery. So I'm not too worried about that. I believe it'll be a midfield of Milner, Henderson, and Genie. I think Ox should be safe for the City game because I believe he should be in the midfield for that game. The back four for me is tough. We know Gomez. This is what the international breaks bring us. Gomez is injured for, it looks like, maybe a month-ish. Klopp was saying he could miss maybe 2 to 3 games. So, look, that's what happens. It is what it is. It's good to see Robertson in training. He's fine. He'll be able to play. He's been in the lineup. So, yeah, I think on the right, it's Trent. There's been a lot of talk about Klein coming back in. Klein hasn't played football since last season, Middlesbrough, which was towards the end of the season. So, I don't know what we can really expect. I'm obviously not there at training. Maybe he's showing something. Maybe he's showing that he's ready. Maybe he's showing that he's fit. Maybe he's giving Klopp some good signs to consider putting him in, but I just don't see it. Maybe the Everton game for me. I'd be surprised if we put Klein in. I'll say that for this game. But you never know with Klopp. He may do that. He may not. To me, Lovren, if he's fully fit from that ankle situation he had that kept him out of the Watford game, then I think you play him. Again, the same situation. You want to keep Matip. I think Matip should be the starting center back for these big games coming up. And to me, I just think City is a bigger game. And so if we can keep him good for that match, I think that's good. So Lovren, of course, Virgil van Dijk, and then Robertson. Then up top, that chooses itself, Firmino, Salah, Mane. For Crystal Palace, listen, I never thought I'd say this, but Benteke is a threat for them. He's done really, really well against us. And rightfully so for him. You know, you leave a team and who didn't really value you. Wouldn't mind Klein getting some minutes in this game, last 30 minutes. Yeah, maybe. He's the fittest guy in the squad. I mean, I guess. I don't know if that's actually true. I mean, he hasn't played all season. Doesn't really make him the fittest to me. But I think I get your point. And yeah, maybe last 30 minutes. Again, it's all about what Liverpool do in that first half. If we come out and blitz them, 2-3 goals up, or even just 2, maybe you can consider that. Because to me, I feel like, again, by the hour mark, if we can rest guys, that would be perfect. So, yeah, I don't know. It might be an interesting lineup. I'm not sure what Klopp has it up his sleeve, and I don't know what he really is playing. You got to believe he's trying to play in both games. I mean, generally play every minute. Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, he probably is up there with some of the fittest guys on the team. That's a good point. So yeah, Benteke can cause us trouble. Somehow, some way he does, and so that's a guy that all of a sudden can have a really good game against his former club. So I never really thought coming into a game like this when he first went to Crystal Palace that I'd even be saying that, but he's a guy that we have to deal with. Now, luckily, Benteke will miss his share of chances. But again, against Liverpool, he seemed to do pretty well, and that was even when he was with Aston Villa. So, again, got to watch out for Benteke, of all people. But Zaha, according to Roy, he probably won't be playing, but then again, Roy might be, doing some trickery, and he might end up playing in the starting 11. I wouldn't be surprised. Sacco, again, another player who cast it off, and he's going to want to have a big game against Liverpool. I think he'll do fine, probably. You got to be up at 7 to watch it. Nah, it doesn't suck for me, man. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's what it is, and it's about Liverpool, so I don't really mind it, man. I kind of prefer when we're the first team to play anyway. Kind of watch them and then get it over with, and then I can watch the rest of the game. So it's definitely early. We usually get up probably half hour before, half hour before pregame. But yeah, it's definitely early. Andros Towson, composed the threat. Van Aanholt, their fullback. The guy in midfield, Luka Milivojevic. And then there's a really good young right back they have, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Very good. I've watched him against whoever they played recently. He looks really good. And I think he's a player who, if he can continue in that way, maybe one of these young fullbacks that teams are really looking at. He's looked really good for them. Pap Suarez has been out for a while. I don't know when he's going to be back. But he's coming and filled a role, and I'm sure we'll see him tomorrow. So, listen, this should be 3 points, and we have a chance to get some cushion on some teams that are below us, Spurs and Chelsea. Of course, they battle each other, I think, either tomorrow or Sunday. I can't remember which one it was. But so definitely have my eyes glued to that game. But, yeah, we got a chance to just really just move up in the table and put that to the side. And then now we can focus on Champions League and then come back to the league. But we need to win this game because we need the points to keep fighting up. But we also need the momentum to go into this City game. City's going to be playing against Everton. A lot of people on paper would have City winning that. I don't know how City's going to match up. What Pep is really thinking. Is he planning for both games? Is he? I don't know. So, yeah, it's interesting. I've heard some early rumors about their striker not being fit, maybe not being fit for the first leg, Aguero. We don't know. It could just be some silly rumors at this point. But, you know, yeah. First things first is Palace. We got to knock Palace out and just keep on this run. I don't see why we can't. I don't see why we wouldn't. It is a team that you can think that they're the banana peel. You know, they're the bogey side. But we got to put all that to sleep. You know, and kill those kind of demons. And again, just continue in this positive way that we're doing. We must do that. We must go to Selhurst and get that win. Look, those fans are some of the most passionate fans I've ever seen in the Premier League, man. They, no matter where their team is in the table, what's going on with their managers, what's going on with their players. I mean, they started out 0-7. 7 losses, no goals. And Roy's, you know, I get the thing with Roy and why Liverpool fans don't particularly care for him. But I got to give him credit. He's brought them back. They're not top of the league or anything, or midway, but they're 16th-ish, I think, and that's far better than being at the bottom as they were early in the season. So I give them credit for that. Palace have got some players, and when they play collectively, play together, and they got guys who are fit, they can cause you trouble. Zaha being out hasn't helped them at all, but they're going to be physical. They're going to be defensive. They love playing Liverpool. They get up to play Liverpool. So I expect a dogfight. Now, I would love a 3-4, 5-0, but I expect a dogfight. I still think we'll get the best of them. I got 4-0. I got Salah with the brace, Firmino, and then Mane. But I think in those early, like 20, 30 minutes, it'll be kind of tough. We're trying to, you know, beat that back line and punch a goal in or two. So hopefully we can get on them early, and then that can kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. I know it's Palace next, but I haven't been this excited for a game for so long. No, I know, man. It's hard to. I'm trying to stay focused. You know, because I feel like this Palace game is just as important, really, when you think about it. It really is. I mean, we got to keep getting these points. Yeah, I think so too. My heart says that. My mind says that. You know, these are one of those games that Liverpool will make it harder than they need to for themselves. I never think Liverpool. I never go into a game thinking Liverpool are going to lose. I'm not going to say that, and I don't think we're going to lose. But I think we'll get the win. I think it might be a little tough in those first 20, half hour. So because let's face it, we're all human. These guys, I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what Klopp says. City is on their mind. You know, Klopp being with the managers during this international break. Sure, they've been talking about it. You don't just take that off your mind right away. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, they are professionals and they know they need to put in a business trip or a professional performance on this business trip to Selhurst Park. So, you know, again, those fans will be loud, proud. They love playing against these big teams, welcoming these big teams to South London there at Selhurst. So we got to just do it. We got to put that crowd. We got to silence that crowd very, very early in this game, and that's what I look to see happen. The midfield have to be big, and you know our forward guys got to be aggressive. You know, got to be crafty. You know, their usual selves. The pace with Salah, the Mane with the trickery. Firmino doing his usual pressing. So I don't really see too much of a problem with this team. And hopefully by halftime, I'll be right. So tomorrow we'll have a pre-match starting 11 prediction or starting 11. We'll come with the starting 11 confirmation. The word I'm looking for skips me, but we'll be back for that, and then of course the halftime show and then post game. So thank you guys, the two people who stopped in. I really appreciate you guys, and we will see you tomorrow. Till then.